Good evening, and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Denver, and our monthly contemplative service. I'm David Howard, and I am the senior minister here at this beautiful and loving community. And it truly is my pleasure to welcome you here tonight. If you are new to our contemplative service, I'll just share with you that it's approximately an hour of readings and music, some quiet time for contemplation and reflection, and centering and surrendering into the Spirit, into the life that is living you and me in this moment. So hopefully for you, it will be an opportunity to relax, rejuvenate, refresh this evening. So let's just begin with that. Just begin with a breath, just consciously breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, I am. Breathing out, home. I am home. I am home. Allowing ourselves to come home. From the busyness of the world, home to that place within us. That is the centered place where we connect consciously with Spirit, with the divine, with the source of all, with our own Christ nature. We come home to ourselves in this time. So I invite you to allow this time to be, in a way, a homecoming, coming home to that which you are, and leaving all the rest behind, at least for the next hour or so that we're together. And so I want to invite us to begin I'll be singing a song called I Will Make a Quiet Place by our friend, Reverend Michael Gott. And if you know the words, I invite you to sing along with me. But if you don't, just listen to the words and allow the music and the lyrics to invite you in to that place of surrender. Just keep breathing. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make So just breathe. Breathe into that quiet place within your mind, within your heart, within your life. A quiet place of gentle rest, of contemplation in this time we have together. I'm going to begin by sharing with you a reading from one of my favorite poets and authors, Mark Nepo. And this comes from his book, The Book of Awakening. And it's entitled, Let Go of the Rice. In a world that lives like a fist, mercy is no more than waking with your hands open. So much more can happen with our hands open. In fact, closing and stubbornly maintaining our grip is often what keeps us stuck. Though we want to blame everything and everyone else, especially what we're holding on to. There is an ancient story from China that makes all this very clear. It stems from the way traps were set for monkeys. A coconut was hollowed out through an opening that was cut to the size of a monkey's open hand. Rice was then placed in the carved out fruit, which was left in the path of the monkeys. Sooner or later, a hungry monkey would smell the rice and reach its hand in. But once fisting the rice, its hand could no longer fit back through the opening. The monkeys that were caught were those who would not let go of the rice. As long as the monkey maintained its grip on the rice, it was a prisoner of its own making. The trap worked because the monkey's hunger was the master of its reach. The lesson for us is profound. We need to ask ourselves, what is our rice, and what is keeping us from opening our grip and letting it go? It was upon hearing this story that I finally understood the tense ritual of rejection that exists between my mother and me. Like any child, I've always wanted her love and approval, but suddenly I realized that this has been my rice. The more it has not come, the tighter my grip. My hunger for her love has been master of my reach. Even in other relationships, I have been a caught monkey, unwilling to let go. I have since unfolded the grip of my heart, and humbly I can see now that the real challenge of surrender for all of us is not just letting go, but letting go of something we yearn for. The truth is that food is everywhere. Though the stubborn monkey believes in its moment of hunger, that there is no other food, it only has to let go for its life to unfold. Our journey to love is no different. For though we stubbornly cling, believing in our moment of hunger that there is no other possibility of love, we only have to let go of what we want so badly, and our life will unfold. For love is everywhere. So I invite us now to, once again, just take a breath, breathing that in. And maybe call to mind something that you are holding on to. Maybe something from a past hurt. Maybe some desire for something or someone or some expression of love that you're so holding so tightly to that you miss out on the love that is all around us, the life that is all around us, the life of the divine in which we live and move and have our being. Is there something that you might be holding so tightly to? But if you just let it go, that your life would unfold more beautifully than you could possibly begin to imagine. So I invite you now to close your eyes. Again, take a deep conscious breath. Allow that breath to bring your attention into this now moment. Awakening to what is moving, what is alive right here and right now. Allow your awareness to be focused on the life that is breathing you. The abundance of that life that is breathing you, that life that is beating your heart, that life that is animating every cell of your body, that vibrant life of God, Source, Universe, is right here and right now, living its fullness as you, expressing as you, giving itself in you, through you, as you. And as you're aware of that life, just invite awareness. Without judgment or blame or guilt, just inviting awareness of anything that you might be holding on to so tightly that you're not fully allowing that life to have its life as you. Again, without blame, without shame. We all do that. We all hold on so tightly to some things. You're not alone. But allow that to be revealed to you, if there is anything. And I invite you to have the image of that, whatever it is, a person, a situation, a past hurt, an experience you might be holding on to that is just not allowing that divine life to flow so freely as you. And I invite you to imagine that whatever that is appearing right before you. That the energy of that is right there in your hands, and you can see yourself maybe in your mind, or you may even hold your hands in a fist so that you have this image of yourself holding on to whatever that is. And feel the tension that happens when you're holding your fist so tightly to something, to anything. Feel the tension that builds as you hold even more tightly, as you grip more tightly. You may even feel your fingernails digging into your palms. Feel the tension and the pain of that. And just imagine that energy of holding on to whatever that is, blocking the flow of that love and that life that wants to express through you, that wants to give itself to you and move through you into the world. And isn't that what you want? Isn't that what we all want? To experience that kind of flow of life itself. And so if you're willing, really only if you're willing and you want to experience that flow right now, I invite you to just open your hands and let it go. And I know our tendency is to grab hold of it again. And if you do that, know that you can let it go again. Just let it go. And just imagine that divine love energy that is all around you, just with a wisp of love, just dissipating whatever that is, just letting it go. returning it to the nothingness from which it originated. You no longer need it. No longer need that to block the flow of that divine love that lives itself as you. Breathe into that and feel your heart space just opening up more. Feel your heart energy expanding to allow the energy of love that is present right here, right now, to live itself through you. Feel it enfolding you. Feel it radiating throughout you, resonating in every cell of your body. And just imagine that energy of love just as a flow of life, a flow of light, a flow of sound, a flow of energy just flowing freely through you, right here and right now. As you let go and let that flow happen in you, through you, as you. And continue to breathe, and we're going to take just a short time in the silence. And in that silent space of your heart, just invite awareness of the flow. If you feel the freedom of that flow, if you're not yet in the freedom of that flow, bring to your awareness anything else that you might be holding on to. And embrace the willingness to, again, just let it go. Let go. Release it. Free yourself from the bondage of that grip in the silence. Take another deep breath. Just allowing yourself to feel the flow, feel the energy of the flow right now. Feel the freedom that comes from letting go. From releasing your grip on whatever you've been holding on to. Feel the flow of that divine life in you, through you, as you. And take a deep breath. And I know many of you, if you are been around Unity for a while, you know this song by Ricky Byers, I Release and I Let Go. And so as an affirmation of that decision to release, I invite you to sing this with me if you know it. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit guide my life, and my heart is open wide. I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Yes, I'm only here for God. So I invite you to allow that to be your mantra this week. As you notice anything that you might be holding on to remember, you can just let it go. Release and allow that love to flow through you. So the next reading I want to share with you is one that I have shared before. It comes from a book called Opening to You by Norman Fisher. And Norman Fisher is a Zen Buddhist. And he has taken the Psalms, many of the Psalms, and interpreted them from a Zen perspective. And so this is Psalm 46. And so I invite you to listen. And those of you who are metaphysicians, I invite you to open yourself to listen with your metaphysical ears. If there are things that you want to or need to interpret, I invite you to do that as well. You are our protection and strength, help in the storm of anguish and despair, exactly and easily found, close at hand, so we are not afraid. Even when earth's in upheaval, when mountains are carried to the sea, when the sea's waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake and tremble with the waters swelling, in the middle of the world there is a river. Streams run to it, making glad your cities, making glad the places where you are known. You flow as the waters of that river, and she shall not be moved, for you are her with her. You are the morning that dawns over the quiet waters. Nations rage, kingdoms tumble. This is the sound of your voice. This is the earth melting away. You are with us, our defense, our silent center. What we see is all you're doing. These desolations, these terrifying moments, only your unmoving movement. You cause wars to cease when they cease, to cease forever. You break the bow, snap the spear, burn up the war wagons. Be still. Be still and know me. Be still and know that I am what the nations grope toward. I am earth's desire. So we know you are with us, our defense at the center of things. So once again, I would invite you to take a moment and take that in. There is this flow, a river. Streams flow to that river. We are all part of that one river of life that flows. And our opportunity is to allow ourselves to surrender to that flow without resistance, without pushing against the things that happen. But we know that even in the desolation, even in the chaos, even when it seems like the world is falling apart around us, that there is a presence. There is a calming presence, a power that we sometimes and often call God, Source, life itself, that is moving in and through all of that. That when things seem to be falling apart, it is because something new is ready to be birthed, ready to be born. And so while we may mourn something that falls away, we can celebrate the new that is yet to be born. Because we know that God, our source, is in and through it all. And so I invite you now to, again, breathe deeply. Close your eyes if you're in a place where that's comfortable for you to do that, and breathe into that reality. Maybe there is something in your life that appears to be falling apart. Something that you're struggling with. A relationship, a job. Maybe you look at the world around us and you see things that seem to be in chaos, seem to be falling apart, and that brings up fear for you. That's a natural human response. But if there is something that comes to mind, I invite you to just be aware of it. Allow yourself to have the feelings that arise. And breathe again deeply into your heart space, where we come to be still. To be still and know. Be still and know I am. Be still and know God. Be still and know the divine. Be still and know the absolute love, absolute good that we understand God to be is right here, right now, in the midst of you and me. That same life, that same God is in the midst of all that is happening in the world. All that is happening in your life. And so breathe into that awareness. That through an illness there is wholeness. Through war there is peace. Through conflict there is balance. There is God expressing as love, as wholeness, as peace, as joy, as comfort, as abundance. Right here and right now. And I know that sometimes that can be a struggle. So I invite you once again just to surrender into that. Feel into that. That there is light right here and right now. You are that light. You are that love. You are that peace expressing. You are that wholeness expressing. To know yourself. As the psalmist said, be still and know I. Be still and know I am. You are. I am. You are. And as we go once again into a time of silence, I just invite you to be with that. Be with the awareness of that divine life that you are. The peace that you are. The love that you are. In truth, the I am of you. That is eternal, changeless. In the midst of all that is happening in your life and in the world. So let us be with that. Be still. Be still and know in this moment. see the light that you are abiding in every situation. The life that you are, present. Steadfast, secure, eternal, safe. The essence of all is well. Right there in the center of your being. As that life expressing itself as you, in all its power, in all its wonder, in all its mystery, in all of its presence. Living as you. Consciously breathe, grounding that awareness here and now. Once again, just opening yourself to the flow of that life that so easily and effortlessly just lives itself as you. The breath of God is breathing me, and resting in the breath of God, I know that all is well. The breath of God is breathing me, and resting in the breath of God, I know that all is well. The grace of God is gracing me, and resting in the grace of God, I know that all is well. The grace of God is gracing me, and resting in the grace of God, I know that all is well. The love of God is loving me, and resting in the love of God, I know that all is well. The love of God is loving me, and resting in the love of God, I know that all is well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. All is well. As we rest in the breath and the grace and the love of God. So our third and final reading tonight is from Father Richard Rohr and his little book called Just This, collection of some of his writings. And this one is called Undergoing God. Your life is not about you. You are about life. You are an instance of a universal and even eternal pattern. The one life that many of us call God is living itself in you and through you and as you. This realization is an earthquake in the brain, a hurricane in the heart, a Copernican revolution in the mind, and a monumental shift in consciousness. Yet most of us do not seem interested in it. It is too big to imagine and can only be revealed slowly. You have never been separate from God except in your mind. You gradually recognize that the myriad forms of life in the universe are completely diverse and utterly one at the same time. Just like the Trinity, which might be called, quote, diversity in perfect love with itself, end quote, which creates oneness. We are all undergoing God, whose supreme job is the oneing of all reality. Oneing is a lovely word I borrow from Lady Julian of Norwich's Middle English to describe the process of overcoming dualism and division artificially created by the ego and the mind. This should be an enormous weight off your back. All you can really do is agree to joyously participate. Life in the Spirit will feel like being caught, much more than being taught about any particular doctrine. Henceforth, your very motivation and momentum for the journey toward holiness and wholeness is simply immense gratitude for already being there. So really take that in. You've never been separate. You're already there. We never left the garden. We just have thought that all of that happened. It's been a dream. And it's time for us to wake up from the dream of separation. You have never been separate from God. Never. It's not possible. God is the all in all. And our opportunity, as Father Rohr says, is to live in the gratitude of that. To live in gratitude for knowing that we're already there. So I just invite us tonight to think about how often do we really live in that state of gratitude? Gratitude for knowing that there is that life that is us, that we are it. And what else could arise from that awareness except gratitude for simply being aware that it is? So I want to invite us now to go into that, to have an experience for ourselves of gratitude. So again, I invite us to close our eyes to the outer. I know there's so much in the world around us that we find it difficult to be grateful for or to feel gratitude toward. So we close our eyes to the outer, to all of that happens in the outer world, and simply allow our awareness to be focused within. The light, the life that is living in the moment. Just breathe into it. Can you really embrace that? That God and I are one. The eyes with which I see God are the eyes with which God sees me. The heart of God is my heart now. The mind of God is my mind now. The life of God is my life now. The God of love is mine now. The words I speak are the words of God speaking as me. And so we surrender into that awareness of oneness. And feel the gratitude that arises in that space of knowing our oneness with the divine as the divine. Allow a smile to come to your face as you realize that truth. I've never been separate. I've never been apart. I've never been alone. I've never left the garden. I'm here now, right now. That life expressing. Just feel that gratitude bubbling up from your heart, in your heart, just bubbling up like this fountain of energy of gratitude, this effervescence of gratitude bubbling up into your mind. And so your mind is filled with thoughts of gratitude. Gratitude for everything, everyone. Gratitude for the divine life that is expressing as you. Gratitude in this moment is your only experience. Right here, right now, all your needs are met. As you come into the awareness of that life that you are. Feel that gratitude now bubbling up out of your heart and spilling out into the world, spilling over into your family and your friends and your community. Allow the energy of gratitude to just bubble out of your heart. And know that that gratitude, the energy of gratitude, touches lives and hearts and minds and resonates with others. See that gratitude just spreading out, bubbling out, this effervescent, sparkling energy, touching all of humanity, all of creation, all of life, knowing that you are adding this energy of gratitude. This is a beautiful expression of the life energy that you are, as gratitude just bubbling up and out. As we go into a time of silence again, just be in that space of gratitude. If you find it difficult to be in that space of gratitude, bring something to mind that you have easy gratitude for. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a plant, maybe it's a spouse, whatever it is. Maybe it's a memory of being by the ocean or walking in the mountains or watching a sunrise. So I invite you just to feel that energy of gratitude. There is one power, there is one life, there is one life eternal, God lives through me. I am that love. I am that power. I am that life eternal. God lives through me. God lives through me. God lives through me. So now is a time in our service where we come together in that energy of love and peace and awareness of all of the life and the power and the wholeness and the abundance that we understand God to be. That we have let go. We have opened ourselves up to the expression of that, and we have felt this bubbling up of gratitude tonight. And so we use this time together to hold in our hearts and minds anyone or any situation that is on our hearts and minds. Maybe we have a friend or family member who's experiencing some dis-ease or disruption, some loss or grief, some experience that is challenging. And so we want to know the truth for them as well, that through all of that, there is God, there is life, there is love, there is that eternal presence. And so I invite you now to bring to mind and heart, anyone, any situation that you're aware of, that you would like for all of us gathered here in this virtual space to hold together in our hearts. So bring them to mind now. Maybe you want to speak their names or the situation aloud. And know that your prayer is my prayer. Your prayer is our prayer. And so together, we come into the awareness of the truth that there is one life, one power, one presence, one energy that we call God, the divine source. That is the truth, the absolute truth of each and every one of us. And each and every one that we are holding together in our hearts and minds tonight. And we see each one in the light of that truth. That in the midst of whatever is happening in their lives, there is that abiding presence. And we know and we trust that as we open to the flow of that life, that our experience is in alignment with that. We know the power of that presence. And together we claim it now for ourselves and for each other. And we feel that gratitude for that truth and that knowing. We know that it is so, and as we open ourselves to allow it to be, it becomes. And so it is. Amen. God of glory, God of power, God of goodness, God of grace, God of wisdom, God of love, God of life, transcending time and space, God in me, God God of glory, God of power, God of goodness, God of grace, God of wisdom, God of love, God of life, transcending time and space, God in me, God in me, God in me, God in me. So once again, I want to say thank you for joining me and Martha and Elle in the booth here tonight in this space. Thank you for joining all of us in this virtual space that we share together. I hope this has been a valuable experience for you. You've had time to reflect and rest and rejuvenate. And again, we appreciate your energy. I feel your energy. I hope you are able to feel that exchange of energy in this way. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you again. Please join us on Sunday, right here, wherever you're watching. You can join us on Sunday morning at 10 for our service this coming Sunday and every Sunday. And we do this contemplative service once a month on the first Wednesday of every month. So hope to see you. Hope to join us as much as you possibly can. So we close tonight with the awareness, once again, that we are ever in the presence of that divine life, and we are ever the presence of that divine life. As we open ourselves up, as we release and we let go, we free ourselves, we allow ourselves to be in that divine flow, and we experience a great gratitude for that awareness. We are so grateful. We allow this to be because we know it is so, and so it is. Amen. Good night.